So if you've been hanging out with me for any length of time, you know I love connecting the body, the structure, the myofascial system to the organs. And today I want to teach you some exercises that are going to be really helpful for you if you're having issues with bowel movements, if regularity, complete elimination is an issue or a challenge for you. These are going to be great exercises. These exercises are also going to be great if you're dealing with hip issues, if your hips feel tight, if your hips feel immobile, which is part of tightness, if your hips don't feel stable. And hips are part of the whole spine and pelvis, so you know it's going to help that whole part of your body, the whole core picture as well. And very often, the hips and the GI system go hand in hand, and I talked about that in a recent video that I can get you to. But this video is to teach you some exercises. So very simply, a few exercises, and one will use a band, so I'll show you that in a moment. Now, if your balance is a bit of a challenge, it's something you're working on, try this variation first. You're just going to do a sit to stand exercise. So you're sitting down and then standing back up. This is the precursor to a squat. If balance is something you're doing pretty well with, go into a squat exercise. Doing, anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 to 12. There's no magic number. Just move as it feels right for you. And then we're going to do some hip swings. This is going to stimulate the iliacus and knock over my roller, which I have here to show you for some balance support. And this is definitely a balance exercise, right? Make sure you do it on both sides. And so I have the pull here of the Cadillac I can hold on to, but I respect you probably don't have that at home, which is why I had the roller out here to show you that you could hold on to something like this. A lot of people have a roller at home. You could put your hand on a countertop, stand next to a countertop, and doing your hip swings on each side is a really helpful thing to do. If you feel like you haven't been able to eliminate and it's the morning and you have to leave and you want to get that bodily function done before you leave, do these exercises first. Now another one, and you want to make sure this feels agreeable to your hip, and you may want to hold on to something, is to do a hip internal external rotation. So in and out, moving the hip in and out. You could do this lying down as well, and of course make sure you do it on both sides. So turning in, turning out. Really, really great exercise to get things moving in the pelvic bowl, support the motility you need for ease with the bowel movement. Now, if you have a band, hook it up to a table, dining table, something like that, and step into it. So this is an isometric. You may need something to hold on to, and that's why I have the roller here to show you. And you're gonna stand on one leg. So there's a balance component, and you're gonna take the other leg forward. I just have to get into the right position with the resistance. I'm holding a leg forward. My legs are parallel right now. And isometrically, I'm holding this for 6 seconds. It's not going back and forth into the resistance of the band. It's holding it for 6 seconds with minimal efforting. So I'm not doing 150%. I'm doing about 25% to make this an isometric. Now this exercise, I'm going to repeat it again, helps the body to feel safe at the pelvis, at the hip. And that's important for hip health, pelvic health, but also important for your nervous system so that you can feel comfortable with elimination for ease with bowel movements. Now, from here, we're gonna now turn the legs out. If I'm gonna do it with the band leg, I also want to do it with the standing leg so I don't feel all cockamamie while I'm standing. So now I'm gonna take the turned out leg, take it forward. Now I'm firing up the iliacus of the front of the hip. The other one was for the rectus femoris. No quiz on that later, but those are really important anterior hip stabilizers. And I wanna repeat this 3-4 times. You don't have to do a ton. And then of course I'm going to do this on the other side. So now I'm taking the leg parallel forward, holding it for 6 seconds. You wanna watch for a big hip hike. You wanna try to keep those hips and pelvis even. And then of course I'm gonna do it turned out as well. So whether you're coming to this work from the idea of needing further support and health around your hips, or if you're coming to it because of GI issues and having issues pooping, These exercises can be done regularly, once a day, twice a day if you really need it. And maybe you're coming to this work because both your hips and your GI system need support. This is a great sequence of exercises you can do regularly. Feel free to drop any questions in the comments. These are the kinds of movements and sequences that we do in my Gutsy Brain movement, and you can join the wait list for that. I'll drop that information down below. And in the meantime, play around with these, stay curious, have some fun with these simple movements that can have rather profound effects on digestion and your hips.